everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English, and I am Karen. And
Hi everybody, I'm Shane.
Shane, what is the matter? You seem really angry.
Do old people think they can do whatever they want in Taiwan?
No, a lot of old people are really nice. What happened? Okay, you need to calm down. Good, you're taking deep breaths. This technique will help you calm down. Okay, tell me what happened.
I was waiting in line at the convenience store.
Okay.
And there was 4 people in front of me. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited. Finally,
Yes.
I get to the front of the line. And I'm ready to pay for my things. And what happens? A little old lady goes right in front of me, puts her stuff down, and she cut in line.
Did you tell her that you were waiting in line?
I pushed her to the floor. Just kidding.
You're joking, right? You don't do that.
Of course not. But I felt like I went like this. And she just...
Do you think maybe she didn't see you?
It's impossible. I mean, look at me. I'm not a small little, she's a little old lady.
I guess you're right, but okay, look on the bright side, or look at it from another perspective. Maybe she is in a rush. Maybe she has to go to the hospital or something, right?
I don't believe it. She looked like she was having a good day.
Really?
And just wanted to ruin my day.
I'm sorry to hear that,
All
but
right.
keep taking deep breaths.
Okay.
It's going to help you. Deep breath in and out. In and out. And let's get into today's lesson.
Not helping.
Martin is usually a good speaker. However, at his last event, he choked under pressure. In other words, he forgot some parts of his speech. Martin embarrassed himself, and he never wanted that to happen again. So, he took a look at what he did. He found that his attention was in the wrong place.
So we're looking at part 1 of staying calm under pressure today. So what does it mean to stay calm?
Okay, so calm means not excited or nervous or upset. You just feel more like
At ease.
peaceful, at ease, relaxed. So, for example, you can say it's important to stay calm in an emergency.
And that is true, because if you don't stay calm, you can't really find a solution to your problem.
Or you could even get more hurt in an emergency.
Exactly.
It's best to stay calm.
That's right. And we're looking at this word pressure because staying calm under pressure is also very important. But what is pressure? Pressure is a noun. It just means difficulties and worries that are caused by the need to achieve or to behave in a particular way. So, for example, there is a lot of pressure to do well on the test because you often worry, did I study enough?
Yeah.
Is the test going to be very, very hard?
And you feel, I need to do good on this test. So
That's
that
right.
is the pressure.
And sometimes you really have to stay calm. Okay, so Martin is usually a good speaker.
Okay, Martin is usually a good speaker. Okay, a speaker is a person who gives a talk or makes a speech.
That's right.
So, for example, you could say, there will be a speaker at today's event. That means somebody will come and speak
in front of everyone.
in front of everybody. So we can call that a talk or a speech. but that person's called a speaker. So to speak means to say words, make sounds, use language, right?
That's right.
So continuing the story, however, at his last event, he choked under pressure. In other words, he forgot some parts of his speech.
Oh, so he choked under pressure. So to choke, right here, it means to fail at something.
It doesn't mean like,
No, not like that. Not in today's example. It just means that maybe you're nervous. So, for example, the team choked and lost the game. So that means, you know, they were under a lot of pressure and they failed.
Oh, it was hard for them to like focus on playing because maybe they're thinking too much or they're afraid they're going to lose, so they choke.
Sometimes it happens to me too when I am under a lot of pressure.
Right. So that's the way that we describe if you have pressure and you're doing something and then you fail, you'll say, oh no, I choked.
Exactly. Okay, let's continue. Martin embarrassed himself, and he never wanted that to happen again. He embarrassed himself. So what does it mean when I say he embarrassed himself?
If you feel embarrassed, and to embarrass somebody is to make somebody feel shy or uncomfortable or ashamed, especially in a social situation where there are other people watching you.
Exactly.
So, for example, you can say, Aaron was embarrassed after he fell in front of his classmates.
Like he felt really bad, right? And everyone probably laughed at him.
Yeah. So, of course, he will feel embarrassed.
That's right.
Yes.
And that's really not a good feeling to have, right?
Yes.
Let's continue. So he took a look at what he did. He found that his attention was in the wrong place. So he took a look at what he did, like when he embarrassed himself, when he choked, and he found that his attention was in the wrong place.
Okay, so he was thinking about it. Why did I choke? And then he said, I think it's because my attention was in the wrong place. So what is attention? Attention is the act of listening to, looking at, or thinking about something or somebody carefully. So for example, you can say, it was hard to keep my attention on my homework because of the noise outside.
So in other words, it's really hard for him to focus on his homework when there's noise outside.
Right. So, you know, when you're trying to do something and then you think about something else or you pay attention to something else, it's very easy to choke.
Exactly. You don't want your attention to be in the wrong place, right?
Right. Okay, so make sure your attention is on us, and we'll take a short break.
And we'll be right back.
Before the speech, Martin's mind wasn't calm. He was worried about his performance. Then, during the speech, he kept checking and correcting himself, so his mind wasn't on his speech.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, we have Martin.
That's right.
And Martin had to give a speech. But he choked, right? Because he wasn't paying attention to what he needed to pay attention to, which was his speech. Maybe he's thinking of other things, and because of that, he choked.
That's right. But I think it's because he was under a lot of pressure.
Right. He's under pressure, and it's easy to start paying attention to the wrong thing.
Exactly.
When you feel pressure, like everyone's looking at me. That person is smiling, but that person is yawning. You start to get worried.
Exactly. And you're probably thinking, what if I don't do a good job?
Yeah. What if everybody laughs at me? Oh, okay. So then what happens?
Okay, so let's continue. Before the speech, Martin's mind wasn't calm. He was worried about his performance, and that's what we were talking about. He was under a lot of pressure. He was so worried about his performance.
Right. So a performance means how well or badly you do something. So for example, you can say, her performance was excellent. So the teacher was very happy. So the performance is just the way that if you do something good or do something bad, that could be what we call your performance.
Exactly.
Okay, so continuing, then during the speech, he kept checking and correcting himself. So his mind wasn't on his speech.
So that's why he choked, right?
Right.
His mind wasn't in the right place. It wasn't on his speech because that's what he should have focused on.
Right.
Okay, so we have this word here to correct, and that is a verb. So to correct, it means to make something right or accurate. For example, by changing it or removing mistakes.
So he kept changing things as he's giving his speech. He's like, oh, wait, that's not right. Okay, no. And then he changes it.
Yes.
Or takes some things out. Okay.
He was correcting himself. So our example sentence is Miss Smith corrected the student's homework. And that's usually the teacher's job, right? So when the students turn in their homework, the teachers need to correct the homework, making sure that, the kids understand the kind of mistakes that they made.
Right. So it's easy to understand when you're giving a speech or something like that for your attention to be taken away because of the pressure.
And that is really, I think that's normal.
Yeah, I think for everybody.
But I think that's why it's important to stay calm when we're under pressure. Because, Martin is usually a good speaker. He has the ability to do a very good job if his mind is in the right place.
Nice and calm.
Exactly. But I think it really takes a lot of practice.
That's true. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today, and we will see you next time.
Learn to stay calm, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Martin is usually a good speaker. However, at his last event, he choked under pressure. In other words, he forgot some parts of his speech. Martin embarrassed himself, and he never wanted that to happen again. So, he took a look at what he did. He found that his attention was in the wrong place. Before the speech, Martin's mind wasn't calm. He was worried about his performance. Then, during the speech, he kept checking and correcting himself, so his mind wasn't on his speech.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 calm 形容词，冷静的、沉着的。Calming 也是形容词，意思是使平静的。Please keep calm. The police are on their way. 请保持镇静，警察就要来了。下一个单字 speaker 名词，演讲者、演说家。The speaker gave a good speech on the new technology. 演讲者针对这项新技术发表了一个出色的演讲。Technology 指的是科技。下一个单字 embarrass 动词，使难堪，使尴尬。 Peter embarrassed the teacher in front of the whole class. Peter 在全班面前让老师难堪。最后一个单字 correct， 动词纠正、改正。Mom always corrects Dad's pronunciation. 妈妈总是纠正爸爸的发音。Pronunciation 指的是发音。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 under pressure， 在压力之下。Under 是介系词，意思是在什么的情况下。Pressure 在这里是一个不可数名词，意思是压力。我们来看看这个例句。Under pressure, Tom managed to finish the project on time. 在压力之下 ，Tom 设法准时完成了这个计划。Manage 指的是设法完成、成功做到。下一个文法 in other words， 换句话说，也就是说，这是一个副词片语，也可以说 that is to say， 或者是 to put it another way。注意 words 必须要用复数。我们来看看这个例句 ：I can't attend the meeting tomorrow. In other words, you won't see me. 我明天不能参加会议。换句话说，你不会看到我。最后一个文法 take a look， 审视、检视。Look 指的是注视，惯用单数，它的后面可以加上 at 在接受词。我们来看看这个例句 ：Can you take a look at this document and let me know if there are any errors？ 你可以检查这份文件，看看是否有任何错误吗？以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, 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 it's KiWi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
We know there are a lot of English phrases that we can use in our daily lives.
Now let's go ask some friends.
好，第一个题目，竭尽全力克服困难。
Move mountains.
Push mountains.
Okay, and I choose move mountains.
Push mountains.
Push mountains.
Move mountains.
Is it move mountains? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, you're correct. Okay, so that's 1 point. 说大话。
Full of hot air.
Full of hot air.
Full of hot fire.
说大话。
Full of hot air.
Full of hot fire.
Which one do you think it is?
Full of hot air.
Full of hot air? Congratulations, that's 2 for 2. The answer is correct. 我们今天学到了什么呢？ Let's talk about today's phrases. Our first one is move mountains. It's impossible to move an actual mountain, but if you could do it, it would be really hard and pretty amazing. So to move mountains is to do or achieve something that is extremely difficult. This phrase expresses how hard and almost impossible it is to accomplish a certain task. But often, when it's done, it is very impressive. An example sentence would be, this Michelin restaurant has a 1-year waiting list. I had to move mountains to get a reservation for our anniversary. Our second phrase is full of hot air. When you think of a hot air balloon, the fire heats the air inside the balloon to cause it to inflate and rise. And when people talk, they also breathe out hot air. So if you imagine someone is talking a lot about things they don't understand, they have a false sense of importance to their own value. So when you say someone is full of hot air, you are saying that they're talking about things that don't have a lot of meaning, is exaggerated, or even lies. And those are our phrases of the day. KiWi later!